Hello ladies and gentlemen, MarauderEX here back with more Let's Play Trials of Mana, and as you can see, it's 10 levels later. It's been a little while. I'm also here at the Sanctuary of Mana because this is where I need to be to do this. I was under the impression that there were some farming chain abilities that we could get that would make this a little easier, but apparently all of the item drop ones are restricted to Hawkeye. I thought there was at least one that we could get as anyone. The only one that we really could get that helps, it's not an item drop, but it's more encounters. It makes it so enemies respawn incredibly quickly. So I was able to just basically stay in that same area and bounce between the two groups, the one of the 4 bees, and then the one with the bee, and then the 2 mushrooms. I was just able to bounce back and forth between those. Much easier than having to zone and rezone into that area. So you get this ability, the more encounters. Metello, the guy who got turned into a ghost on the ghost ship, is alive and well, apparently, and he is in the merchant city of Basir. Standing right in front of the night market. So you can go talk to him after you've completed the ghost ship, and he will give you the more encounters chain ability. So I actually don't need that at the moment, so I'm going to put counter back on for now. But we're also going to get some new abilities here in a second. So, because I have 6 mystery seeds. So we're going to plant those, and we're going to get the items off of them. And you'll see how it kind of plays out. So the first we get is the Holy Bottle, and then we'll get the Rune Book, Salt Bottle, Duelist Tag, Omen Book, Battler Tag. So we got one of each of them. And that would have been the order we got them, I guess. I don't know. I'm unsure if those are unaffected by RNG or not. And I'll go ahead and use these that I've... Spirit Serum, that's somewhat helpful. And then I'll use this one last item seed. And a Strength Serum. Okay, I got really good stuff from both of those, too. Thank you. Alright. So, what we're going to do is we are going to come over here, and we're going to class change. I'm going to show off the class changes that I'm not going to be using, which is probably going to surprise a couple of people, and go against a little bit of the norm for others. I'm not bothering with you guys. I already have 10 levels higher than I really need to be. So, alright, so we come up here. Who is switching classes? We'll go ahead and start with Durian. We'll go with Durian. So we've gone the dark path, as you can see. We have only 2 options available to us. The light path or the light dark path. I don't have any items to reset classes yet either. Not that I'm going to, because these are the classes that I was kind of aiming to go for. So, I'd be curious to see about resetting classes to see what you get in the process. So, the 2 options we have are Edelfrey and Duelist. And so let's show off what they've got. Actually, I think I'll just do what I did the last time and just show the transformations so we can show the abilities. So we've got Edelfrey are great at attacking and can learn Earth, Water, Fire, and Wind Saber magics. They excel at fighting techniques and able to strike an enemy's weakness. We already have those Saber magics. Those become AoE. They affect the entire party. The Edelfrey also gets 2 other Saber classes of Wood and Moon, which one absorbs HP per hit, one absorbs MP per hit, which can be quite impressive, depending on what you're fighting. The Duelist, one of the most powerful fighting classes. Duelists learn the strongest abilities to boost their fighting prowess. Duelist, in the original game, was the strongest melee class in the game. He outshined Kevin, Hawkeye, and any of the other damage dealers. The Duelist was the most, and his Class Strike was the most powerful AoE. So, like, Duelists were devastating. Not quite so much in this game. So the locked abilities, we get weapon efficiency increased by 15%, and Class Strike is Hollow Slash, a surging power caused from the blade as it's wielded. That's also an interesting AoE. I really liked the original. I think it was called Vacuum Sword. The Duelist abilities, Adrenaline Rush. Attack increases after dealing an enemy. I believe it goes up to 30%. So that is actually really powerful when you're fighting groups of enemies. If you're typically fighting a boss, it doesn't give you any real bonus. So that's a bit of a obnoxiousness. Class Strikes, Quakebringer. Blade stabbed into the earth, shoots energy at enemies in the area of attack. Also, like I said, that was the most powerful. It was also the least impressive looking for the original. It does look a lot better in this game, though, so there's that. And then the stats. Everything goes up. 164, 25, 25, 25. 164, 35, 25, 18. So, like, our magic doesn't go up as much because we focus far more on offense. And then MP goes up by 15. Strength 25. It's like, that's, for the most part, those are all pretty standard. Like, you can see the differences where it's like, okay, this one's got more magic oriented stats with less physical. This one's got more physical, less magic oriented. So I'm actually going to go with the Edel Fray with Durian, because I love the extra 2 saber spells. So I'm going to get Durian as an Edel Fray, and I'll add the Duelist transformation at the end instead. So I go Dark and then Dark Light. So that's where I'm aiming for with Durian. I actually did Edel Fray in the original playthrough as well, so because having those saber abilities are quite helpful. And I tend to play a Dark Knight character in any game that I have the ability to, so the ability to drain health and mana from opponents, that's a thing that I'll go for. So we now have upgrades to new skills. Class Strike, Hollow Slash. We have a longer combo. CS gauge now maxes out 400%. 2 new ability slots are added. New moves and abilities are available through training. Alright, so moving on to the next character. I think it was Charlotte in the list. And these characters, the other two, I'm slightly less fussed about, because they are mostly supporting characters. I typically go as Durian through most of the game, and just using the other 2 characters to back up Durian. So I haven't really planned out as much, but I can show you my train of thought as I was, coming to these conclusions. Alright, so for Charlotte, we have High Cleric and Sage. High Cleric, a super support class. High Clerics can learn many kinds of healing and recovery magic to save their allies. Sages are strong support class that can get rid of status effects and use saber magic on the whole party. That's actually one reason why I'm not super impressed with this team build, because if you go Dark Path with Durian, going Light Path with Charlotte is kind of pointless, because you're doubling up on saber magic, and you've got one person who, if you go Dark Light with Durian, like I do, you don't need that. So actually a lot of people go the Dark Path with Durian, and then they go the Light Path with Charlotte, so you still have AoE saber magic for everyone, but Durian does lose out on those 2 saber spells. So it's a toss-up. High Cleric locked abilities security. 10% chance of no damage when receiving damage. Not bad. Class strikes Chop Slap. A few damaging whacks and a hearty thwack with a paper fan blows the enemy back. Magic Bell. Attack, magic attack and magic defense increase when receiving magic damage. But the key to that is magic damage. It has to be a spell. Kersplode. Magical flail falls on the enemy's head and explodes. And stats. 107, 15, 18, 25, 31, 135, 18, 18, 22, 21. So you can, again, see where it kind of balances out there. 18, 15, 18, 25, 31, 25, 14, 18, 18, 22, 21, 35. So much, wow, that is a much higher luck stat. I'm actually kind of surprised by that. That's 10 points off. That's impressive. So I'm actually going to go High Cleric with Charlotte. Mostly because, again, I don't need these AoE Saber Magics, because I already have them. Also, the High Cleric has an ability that allows you to heal past your max HP, which can be beneficial in some fights. So, I mean, ideally, the light path for Charlotte is just if you want a completely dedicated healer. And honestly, with my plan for Durin focusing on, being able to drain HP, I don't necessarily need an AoE healer as much, but yeah. Upgrades and new skills, Chop Slap, new combo, CS gauge at 400, 2 ability slots, new moves and abilities available in training. I mean, all in all, really, Charlotte is, you either take her as a healer or you typically don't take her in the party at all. That's what I seem to get in a lot of party compositions. And honestly, looking at it, I probably didn't need to bring Charlotte. I could have gone with another character because you get so many healing items in this game that, yes, you are limited to 9 in battle, but, like, very rarely do I get to a point where I'm, tapping out on items in a battle. And if I do, it's not like I have to worry about restocking them the next time, because I have a stock of more than 9 of them. I'm just limited to 9 per combat. So, yeah. So, Angela's 2 classes. We have Rune Seer, a magic class with debuff spells. In addition to damaging spells, Rune Seers can also cause status effects. They can also destroy lower-leveled enemies in an instant. Or we have Magus, an incredibly powerful magic class. Though Magi have lower stamina, they have potent magic. Locked abilities. Guardian Rune, status effect resistance increased by 30%. Class strikes Ton Shatter. A 10-ton weight falls, damaging enemies in the area of attack. Soul Hunt. Magic attack increases by 20% for 30 seconds after an ally faints, and the effect cannot overlap. So you have to let someone die in order to get that effect. Hot Shot. Magical bullets fire from the wand and damage the enemy. I believe that is still a single target. So that's really why I'm not looking forward to, like, I wouldn't go for a Magus, because you gotta have an ally die and you get a single target ability. Stats are pretty comparable, except for, at least comparable for the other characters, where you see, like, HP 107, HP 50. It's like they are not stamina-oriented, they are not defense-oriented, they are very magic-oriented. Because as you can see there, like, they've got 41, and yeah. However, their spirit is kind of low. It's their intellect that's high, because that's got a higher spirit. I was really expecting more than that. I figured it was going to be both. Also, a lot of people kind of like the Magus class because of how little clothing she's wearing. But I actually just really like that outfit, the Rune Seer. That looks she reminds me of Zatanna from DC Comics in that outfit. And Rune Seer is actually what I'm aiming for. So yeah, we're gonna do that. And then, like I said, I'll post the transformations at the end for the other classes so you can see at least the looks. I'm not going to show off all the learned abilities, because there's a lot. And especially since we have, like, 40 points per character that we get to deal with upgrades. Now that we get the last class, we get to see what all we can actually throw into each character. And Angela is going to be the most difficult one because, again, all of her abilities seem to be spread out all over the place. And, oh yeah, days affect magic. That's something that's not really talked about in the game, other than this one pro tip. Actually, I think I talked about it before, because they have the exact same setup in Final Fantasy XI. And I cannot stop comparing this game to Final Fantasy XI. Alright, Durian is the first up, so we get Attack Saber, okay, there we go. Charger, Strength 5, Attack Saber 2, Offensive Stance, attack increased by 40, defense decreased by 40, Strength of 10. We get Defensive Stance, which is the exact opposite. Stamina 10, HP 20, Victory Heal. We get Quick Heal, Retain, Intellect, Weak Point, Guard Saber, Intellect Fraction. Damage to enemy with moderate elemental resistance increased by 150%. That's interesting. Weak Point All. Damage to enemies' elemental weakness increased by 8% for all allies. That's actually not bad either. That's pretty good. And then we get a lot in Spirit. So we can get up to plus 10 Spirit. Stone Saber plus Lightning, Ice Saber, Victory MP boost 2, Ice and Flame, and Moon and Leaf, but we have to max out Spirit for that. And then Luck, Lucky Break, Provoke, Luck, Broken Lines, Survive, Luck 5, Concentrate. Chance of critical hit increased by 25%. That's actually not bad either. Flourish damage increased by 30 when hit by a critical. It's like, eh. So I am going to max out that just right off the bat so I can get all of my Saber spells. Yeah, I'm getting a bunch of stuff. I'll deal with the abilities momentarily. And then I've got 27 points, which honestly would probably do best to go into Strength, because having Attack Saber is also really good because it makes it so that the spells cost a little more, but they do a 0.25% more damage. Whereas everything else is just kind of eh. Like a Victory Heal's alright, but not anything that I'm super after. And then Weak Point All is also really good, especially if you're going with a Saber build. But I think for now I'm gonna just, let's see. I can do that, and then I've got 5 points. Is there anything else that I can get? With 5 points. Not really. I can get Provoke, which is easier to be targeted. Or I can just max out Strength. So I'm going to have Strength and Spirit maxed out completely. So that's my goal. We'll wait on that. Let's go to Charlotte. So, the abilities we've got with Charlotte. Let's see. We'll start at Strength. Mighty, Sturdy, Strength 5, Attack Recoil, Sturdy 2, Strength 5, Attack Help 2. Attack increases by 30% with HP drops below 30 or more. That's actually not bad. Attack Saber 2. which we already have that, so we don't really need it on her either. Defender 2, Stamina 5, HP 10, Spell Guard 2. Defense and magic defense increased by 30% when casting. That's actually not bad, especially if you're aiming on casting a lot of healing spells. Intellect 5, Close Call 2, recovers 30% or more when healing an ally. Auto HP heal, recover 1% of HP for every 5 seconds in battle. That's not bad either. Intellect 5, Recover Break, heal 30% more than maximum. That's what I was talking about with the being able to over-heal. Auto HP heal all, for all. Like that's... And then Intellect 10. And then Spirit, we get the Sabers, Spirit 5, MP 10, Twinkle Rain Plus. Holy Saber. That's another reason why I wanted to go with this, because that gives us access to all Saber magic except for one. There's a Dark Saber, and that is only going, you can only get that going Durin's Dark class. But now we have access to all Sabers except for one. So, yeah. And we get Heal CS Boost, add 8% of CS gauge when healing an ally. That's actually not bad either. Spirit 10, Magic Shield, halves magic damage done to ally, Undead Away, deals non-elemental magic damage to undead, chance of instantly destroying lower level monsters. Instant death to lower level monsters. We get Ambush, damage dealt to enemy not targeting players 10%, Persist, basically chance of survival, luck 5, safeguard, bless, 20% chance of changing MP needed for move to 0. So basically, sometimes you just get a free spell. Luck 5, miracle, 1 HP when critical damage is it. So basically, if something would one-shot you, if you've got more than 50% HP, you will survive with 1. Kind of situational. Cure, 75% chance of canceling status effect when using healing magic in battle. That's actually also pretty good too. So yeah, really going the stamina for Spell Guard is worthwhile. Going intelligence for the auto HP heal. So really, intelligence, spirit, and luck are her 3 big points. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna just max out Spirit for 1, and then I think I'm gonna go for Intelligence first. I mean, Cure is worthwhile, but I really feel Auto HP Heal All will be a little bit better. And those 2 stack, so like, you can put that on someone else, and that on Charlotte, and the effect will stack. So, yeah, especially since I'm pretty sure I get Twinkle Rain Plus, so like that's so like I don't need to worry about that. I can just cast that. So we're gonna go with Intellect to start. So we're gonna have both of those maxed out. That's a lot of stuff. Oh my god. And yeah. And those are all single target sabers, so we'll wait on the abilities because we still have Angela. Oh my god. Okay, so this is where it gets real fun. So Blaze Wall deals fire magic, chance of burning an enemy. Stone Cloud deals earth magic, chance of petrifying an enemy. That's her new spells that inflict status. So there's 1 for each, at least 1 for each element. And then you have Annihilate, deals dark magic damage, chance of instantly destroying lower level enemies. Power of 200. That's actually a pretty hefty thing. And then, like, what else we've got? We've got Stun Gust, deals wind magic, chance of silencing an enemy. Holy Bolt Plus. we don't get one for Spirit. But as you can see, since there's so many things in Intellect, that's kind of the path that she goes down. And then you get the AoEs for everything. I don't know how I want to deal with this. I kind of want to get at least... I could get Annihilate. I can't get all of the abilities, and that's the problem we're at with a lot of this, is there's not much of anything I can do. And even with this, like, I can cut that back to 21, and that'll get me that. And I can finally get an AoE, so at least I can do that and get all of those abilities. It's not as nice, because I'm not getting... Like, I would love to have Victory MP boost, but I'm not going to get that. All of her stuff is so unfortunately spread out. Like, I need, you know, what, 12 more points in order to make that worthwhile. This is just insane, how difficult it is to get some of these abilities. Let's go ahead and put those there. At least we're getting some of these abilities back. So that's... I really hate how they do Angel in this game. Alright, so I don't like that. I don't like that at all. But let's go ahead and see what I've got. I could do Attack Saber, Offensive Stance, Power Attack. I don't need to worry about Power Attack. Well, I have Victory MP boost. Oh, I got that from Charlotte, I guess. So I'm gonna go with Offensive Stance and Attack Saber 2. You can do Attack Saber 1 and Attack Saber 2. But I like Personal Style. That's actually been helpful. Actually, I'm gonna do Attack Saber 1 and 2. That I think is gonna be helpful. Let's see. We definitely want Auto HP Heal All. We can have Close Call. Actually, where is Magic Switch, MP Boost, where was the one that we... Limit Break. No? That's not the one. Recover Break. That's the one. Like, that's what we want. And Angela. Recover 1 MP when a power attack is successful. Not really what we're after. Wound Magic. Yeah, we're gonna go with Wound Magic, because that'll actually increase that. And we could do Auto HP Heal to help offset that. Enigma, Magic Armor, Enemy Magic Damage, Random Debuff, 10% chance, stat decreasing when using a power attack. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Auto HP Heal, especially if I'm gonna go with Wound Magic. Alright, so that's my team. That's what we're doing. I'm sorry that this entire episode has basically just been going over that. But like I said, I'll go ahead and put the other transformations at the end, since it's literally just the transformation animation. At least I will try to do that. It's a pain to do that at times. And hey, it's nighttime in the place that never changes, day or night. So, yeah. I will go ahead and end this episode here, and I will see you all in the next installment, where we will continue with the story, and we'll go back to the woods and deal with that. So, yeah, till then, later, everyone.